But this afternoon, I want to be a blessing to you in a very wonderful way, in a very special way, in a very unique way. You have no regret of listening to this wonderful radio set or radio station, and that is Lolonyo FM 93.3. You are live in Lolonyo FM. Well, do me a favor to call a friend and let the friend call a friend and let them know that Reverend Israel ABAMBILLAH is on board and he's bringing greetings to them, and we'll be learning something that is very important, very crucial, very significant, something worth listening to. Well, I started a series last week, and we started it in two sections. I think that was Thursday and Friday. Wednesday and Thursday. And today I want to continue from there. I just believe that something will change in your life as you listen to this program. I want to believe that God is about to do something in your life. You are not listening to Lolonyo FM this afternoon by accident. God has designed it so. So every word that will proceed from my mouth, don't see it as a words of my own, but see it as a message that God himself is bringing to you. Well, I want you to know that coming on your way is a great privilege today. And this afternoon, I will be talking to you about a topic: don't depend on your father's inheritance. Don't depend on your father's inheritance. You don't have to depend on your father's inheritance for many reasons, which we are going to discover this afternoon. I want to start this way, that to those who have good fathers, those that their fathers are able to labor in life and acquire wealth, those are the children I want to talk to. They will benefit more of this than somebody that his father has not been able, or the father was not able to achieve anything. Well, but even though the message is for all of us. Well, we need to thank God for the achievement of our fathers, but that does not call for irresponsibility. When your father is a great man, maybe your father is a very big time farmer, your father is a teacher, is a medical doctor, he has bought houses and built houses, and he has bought cars, he has a lot of money in his account, he has been very successful in his area of life. We need to thank God for the achievement of our parents. We need to appreciate them for their labor, things that they toiled through, things that they went through in order to be where they are today. We actually need to appreciate them because they went through certain sacrifices to be where they are and to get what they are having now. But the fact that we need to appreciate the achievements of our parents does not actually mean that we, those who are children to those fathers, we should be irresponsible. We need to pick it from the foundation of our fathers and build a better and a glorious future. We don't have to achieve less from what our fathers did. And I keep telling you that it is a big disgrace to be less than your father. It is a shame to be less than your father. It is a mockery to be less than your father. It is suicidal to be less than your father. It is demeaning to be less than your father. Because whatever your father achieved in life should be a foundation where you build on. So if you are a responsible son and a responsible daughter, and you want to build from where your father ended or where your parents ended, you cannot be less than your father. So the achievement of your father does not make you, or it should not make you, irresponsible. There are many young men and young women who doesn't want to go to school just because their father is feeding them and their father can afford anything of their choice. You must understand that your mother will not live forever and your father will not live forever. So you must take advantage of them being alive to build a better future for yourself. We were born through our parents, but we were not born to depend on them 100%. Well, let me say it before I continue. If you are a young lady or a young man and you are 24 years, and you are still fed by your father or your mother, you are irresponsible. It's a shame. If you are a young man and you are about 30 years of age, and even in 30 years, you are still living in your father's house or living in your mother's house, it's a big shame. We must learn on how to become responsible, even if our fathers are responsible. We must learn on how to become responsible, even if our fathers are greater than we can ever think of. The achievement of your father is not an excuse for your irresponsibility. The success of your parents should be a stepping stone for a greater height, but it should not be a hindrance to where we are going in life. My wonderful listener, I am here to challenge you this afternoon that we need to see beyond where we are. We need to see beyond where we are standing. We need to see beyond the successes of our parents, because we can do better than them. Wonderful listener, hear me, my dear. Decide to do something for yourself, no matter the accomplishment of your parents. We must decide to do something for ourselves, irrespective of the accomplishment of our parents. Because they did not succeed in our place, they succeeded in their place, and we must ensure that we succeed in our place. Your father has his own destiny, and you also have your own destiny, and each and every one of us must live our life dying to pursue our purpose and to accomplish greatness in life. There are many brothers and sisters who are not talking to each other because of their parents' inheritance. I have walked across board, and I have been a volunteer for some time now. I have traveled to different areas and I've listened to different issues. I have heard so many people bring issues on my table, or they brought issues to my office. And it is sympathetic to understand and to know that an uncle may not be talking to a son, and a brother may not be talking to a sister, or a sister may not be talking to an auntie, just because of somebody's property, a dead person's property. It is a shame and it is a disgrace that those who are living don't live to depend on what they can do. Those who are living live to depend on the dead. It's a shame. We must understand that no matter the accomplishment of anybody, be it your father or your mother, it is not yardstick for you to be lazy. It is not a standing point for you to be irresponsible. I told you the other time that if you take your son, you take your auntie to court because of a property, and they drag the issue on court for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 5 years. Don't you think that if you were to pursue your own dreams within 5 years, you can achieve your goal in life? If somebody died and leave a property and you are fighting about it, then what will you leave behind? Now let me say this as I progress. If you are living in your father's house and you give birth in your father's house, and your children are living in their grandparents' house, you are a failure, because where will your children live? You may be very shocked, but it's the reality. I repeat, if you are a matured person and you don't pursue your own dreams and build your own house, and you live in your father's house and give birth in your father's house, and your children live in your parents' house, or the grandchildren live in the grandparents' house, then there's something wrong. I want us to understand that, look, life was built to be individualistic minded. You pursue your own and I pursue my own. There is nothing wrong of living in your father's house. There is nothing wrong of living in your mother's house. There is nothing wrong of enjoying what your parents labored for. But we must have it at the back of our mind that that is not our achievement, and we must try to achieve our own. The achievement of your parents is not your achievement. The successes of your parents is not your success. So as you enjoy the success of your father, you need to also pursue your own success, so that one day your children can be proud of you. There are many grandchildren who are proud of their grandparents than their own parents. I repeat, there are many grandchildren who are so much happy and proud of their grandparents than their own parents, because their grandparents has done well more than their own parents. You are losing your respect gradually if you don't live to leave something for your children. We will listen to a song. When I come back, you will hear more. God bless you as you continue to listen to it.
For you, far more than you can think that he will ever do. He about it, he can do it better for you. Far more than you can think that he will ever do. He's the Lord, is anything too hard for him? He's the Lord, he has said it. Sure he will do. Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the days of your life, and you will see the hand of the Lord in your life. He's the Lord, is anything too hard for him? He's the Lord, he has said it, and sure he will do. Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the days of your life, and you will see the hand of the Lord in your life. He can do it, he can do it better for you. Far more than you can think that he will ever do. He about it, he can do it better for you. Far more than you can think that he will ever do.
You are welcome back to the program. Remember, you are listening to the voice of Reverend Israel ABAMBILLAH, and I've been talking to you on the topic, don't depend on your parents' inheritance, or don't depend on your father's inheritance. And I want to continue by saying that unfortunately, those who are fighting for their parents' inheritance are those who never take good care of them. They never took good care of their parents. Any son, any true daughter, any true son who truly love his father and love his mother and invested more money for the welfare of their fathers and their mothers never fights their fathers for their father's properties. When the man passed away, people that normally fight for the property of the dead man are those who were irresponsible, who never even take care of the dead person. I repeat, anytime somebody passes away and people begin to fight for the person's car or the person's house or the person's motor or the person's lands or whatever it is, or the person's investment, these are people that never even take care of their parents. Because those who live to take care of their parents don't even envy their parents. If they envy their parents, they will not take care of their parents. And those people, even if their parents, that they don't even care what they have acquired, because they are independent enough to live on their own. I can tell you with authority that there are people who are young and they are even competing and fighting with their mother's or father's pension money. When they are strong enough to work, they are battling with their father's pension money or their mother's pension money. And by the close of the month, if their parents go for the pension money, they want to squander and spend everything. Especially if their parents are weak to a point that they can't even go to the bank to take the money. They go and take and squander everything. My wonderful listener, I want you to understand this afternoon that life is not all about your parents. Life is all about you. Life is not all about your parents. Life is all about you. And you must sit up to ensure that you build your destiny. My beloved listener, people who never labor for their parents rather want to enjoy the labor of their parents. I repeat, it is only those who never labor for their parents that want to enjoy the labor of their parents. Because if you labor for your parents and you try to even build a house for them to live in, you try to send them money every month for them to survive, you will not think about what they have, you think about what you can do to be a blessing to them. There are many grieved, that's where I want to end. There are many grieved fathers and mothers in their grief. There are many dead men in their grave that their spirit is grieved once they lie on the grave. Because all that they wasted and they sacrificed for has been wasted by their children. Somebody who spent a lot of years to save money, and after the person died and is gone, less than 1 month, all the money he has accumulated over the years has been squandered, has been overspent and destroyed. There are many people that their father died and leave them a house, and they will rent the house to people who are very careless, make the house very dirty, make the place very bushy, and the dead person is in the grave with grief. Many dead men are surprised the way you are treating their properties. They are very shocked. Somebody will die and leave a car, and less than 3 months, that car has been parked on the roadside with dust. They can't maintain it, and they can't take good care of it. There are many grieved dead people in the cemetery grieving every day because the things that they sweat, the things that they sacrifice, the things that they labored for has been managed by somebody who is so careless and doesn't know how to accumulate wealth. It takes pain to acquire wealth than to spend it. You can spend 10 years to save money, and somebody can spend 1 month to finish 10 years savings. So any man who does not learn on how to acquire wealth by himself can never handle the wealth of another person. When you give birth to a son and your son is irresponsible, just rest assured that 1 week after your death, your properties will be mismanaged. Because until your children learn how to manage themselves, learn how to chase success and pursue their dreams, they cannot carry yours. I will shock you if you can write this thing down. If that man can come back to life, then there will be cemetery in the cemetery. I don't know how to explain it for your understanding, but I mean what I'm saying. If that man can come back to life, you will understand that there will be a cemetery in a cemetery. Why do I say that? If that man can come back to life, after they are resurrected, if they get to see how their properties that they have acquired have been managed, they will die the second time to be buried in another cemetery. So if that man can come back to life, then there will be a cemetery in a cemetery. They will come, and by the shock of the mismanagement of what they labored for, will cause their second death for another second burial. My wonderful listener, I just want to understand this. Don't allow the achievement of your parents to deceive you, because they have played their part. Their tribute is going to be different from your tribute. Their biography is going to be different from your biography. What is said about your father may not necessarily be said about you until you learn on how to manage your own life. You don't live your entire life thinking about what your father has acquired. My father died in 1998. Till today, I don't know what my father had and what he didn't have. My father died in 1998, until today, I don't know where his lands are and where his properties are. I don't need it because I can acquire it myself. I'm not trying to say it is wrong to actually enjoy the labor of your father, but we must understand that we are not born to only enjoy what I've acquired. We are born to pursue our own dreams and accomplish our own goals, and that is what life is all about. Hear me, my dear, before I leave the studio. It is a disgrace to be fighting about somebody's property, a dead person's property, while you are alive. It means that the dead man or the dead person is greater than you who is alive. And I told you that, look, assuming that my father died and left 1 car, and I have 6 cars, why should I fight for 1 car? If my father died and left probably a bicycle, and I'm using a car, why should I fight for a bicycle? Anybody who fights for a dead person property is a sign that the dead man or the dead woman was greater than you. It is demeaning, and that is why you go to the law court, and we have families taking each other to court, and you see a sister taking a brother to court, you see an uncle taking an auntie to a court, and we have neglected our personal responsibility, and we want to live our life by the successes and achievement of those who are dead and gone. It's a disgrace. It's a shame. We must rise up and say to ourselves, we were born to set the record straight. I want you to know that there are many people who are alive but they're disgrace to their children because their children respect their father more than their parents. There are many grandsons who are proud of their grandfathers than their own fathers. It's a shame. Until you are greater than your parents, you are not the true son, you are not the true daughter. Until you are greater than your father and greater than your mother, you are a disgrace. You may not like the words I'm using, but it's a reality. I'm challenging you to understand that look. Allow the achievement of your parents to challenge you. If your father is a medical doctor, let his achievement of being a medical doctor challenge you. If your father is a big-time farmer, let his achievement as a big-time farmer challenge you. If your father is a teacher, let the achievement of your father as a teacher challenge you. Whatever your father has acquired, don't settle at it, but rather allow it to motivate you to do something greater than what you came and met. You must begin to create a new history for your family. And I'm talking to those who are Joseph and those who are David of their days. I want to conclude by saying that life is only enjoyable to those who know why they are alive. Life is only enjoyable to those who know why they are alive. Believe me, my dear, depending on people is suicidal. You must learn on how to depend on God and to depend on the gift and the potentials that God has blessed you with. This has been your friend and brother, Reverend Israel ABAMBILLAH. I'm going to come on your way the same time next week. But let me leave you with my number so that you can call. Any question you want to ask, any contribution you want to make concerning this afternoon's presentation, you are warmly welcome. If you want to be my friend, why not? So you can call me on 024 94 12702. 024 94 12702. 024 94 12702. Enjoy the best of your Sunday. God bless you.
To act for him, he is the Lord. He has said it, and sure he will do.
Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the days of your life,
And you will see the hand of the Lord in your life. He can do it, he can do it, do it better for you. Far more than you can think.